Hello and welcome back to Crooked Lantern. Today we have a pretty cool item. It's Coleman made for the US military. Something that probably would have been deployed around Vietnam era. And we're going to go ahead and open this up, take a look, and get it lit up. And you guys check it out. So you can see right here, if I can get the lighting just right, you can see it is engraved with US right there. So, pretty cool little case, nothing on the back or the bottom. So we'll go ahead and open it up. Those flick up, little handles come up, just lifts right off. Nothing special there. Go ahead and set this aside. And inside we have a stove. This particular stove is missing some things. It's missing instructions, and it's missing the additional case that would have been with it that would have the pots and pans that you would use to boil water in to sterilize medical utensils. That's what the stove was intended to be used for. But it does have this little box, so we'll go ahead and open it up. And in here, first off, this is pretty cool. So this is Friday, August 13th, 1965. Got some automobiles for sale. 64 Chevrolet Impala two-door, $1,700. Alright, not bad. Pontiac Catalina wagon, 63 full power, factory air, only $1,900. Volkswagen two-door, doesn't specify, could be a squareback, notchback, a bug, $1,100. T-Bird, a 1960 T-Bird, only $1,000. It's pretty cool. And in here you got some blurbs from a guy selling a car, some tractors, some trucks, and a 58 Ford C800 6-speed, $750. That's pretty cool. Anyways, this isn't why you guys tuned in. I'm sure you can find another channel with this kind of stuff on it. In the box, we've got a couple spare generators, brand new. Even got the little cardboard on there. Pricker and everything. Got two of those bad guys, bad boys, generators, whatever you want to call them. A couple tips, some screws, some graphite seal, spare leather pump cup. So, some spare parts. Put my little newspaper back in there. Alright. The stove itself is dated. Coleman, 1965. You can see that there. Working with this new camera to get it to focus better. 1965. So we'll go ahead and set that down. What else we have in here? We've got a windscreen. So this would be to block wind from interfering with the stove lit up. So we'll go ahead and do that as well. Actually, that might interfere with the video as far as you being able to see what I'm doing. So maybe we won't. I'll just show you at the very end. Well, I will show you now. This slides in to there, like so. just simply slides together. There's little clips right here. You pull up on these legs since they're spring-loaded, and then there's a little notch on the frame. So these should all go out to this kind of 45-degree position. And then you just clip that on, put that through the hole, and there's little notches right there. Just sit on top of the leg. So it's real simple, but that'll block the wind. But there's no wind in here in my garage, so we're not going to worry about that today. But just so you know, it's very simple to fix. So now you have the stove. Basically what you've got is you got one tank. One end has the pump. It's a screw-on style brass with just your standard closed knob. The other side has a unconventional for Coleman cap. So it's actually got two, it's like a turnbuckle style. There's no rubber seal, and obviously keep in mind when you open it to fill it, if you open it like this, fuel's going to come out. So you got to tilt it up, and I would not put too much pressure on these legs. So if you're going to tilt it up to fill it, break the legs down. So a couple other things to note here. Underneath, there's going to be some items that you can use. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these up, and I want to take the pressure off. Because I'm going to lay it on its back. And the paint on this is in pretty good condition, so I'm going to try to be somewhat forgiving. So the first thing we have here is we have a stove tool. These would have come with these stoves, and they'll come with other military Coleman stoves. It has basically hexes, screw, flathead style ends, so it'll work for multiple different areas, just kind of field servicing the stove. So these are something that would be making your stove complete or incomplete if you didn't have it. So those are generally tucked up right here. There's a little piece of metal you just pull down, and it just sits right there in place. Another thing, again, a little sneaky spot. These little cool metal containers, and they're pretty tight, so they're kind of hard to get open. But do not put a wrench on them. This knurling often gets ruined by people who take a wrench because there's no other way for them to get it open. And that one's pretty well aged together. Let's try this one. Haha! This one came right apart. So we have another spare generator and graphite seal. So two things you don't want to happen to your stove. You don't want it to leak, and you don't want it not to make fire. Those are the two reasons why you have the stove in the first place. So we've got 4 extra generators just with this one stove. Obviously it's a medical stove, so they're definitely going to want to put all the things with it that they think you might need. So kind of a cool piece of history here. So, it would have been something that would have been issued, and so they just kind of clip in. There's just little metal tabs. So if you have your stove and you've never looked under here before, look, see if you got them. Pretty cool. And again, wrench, extra parts. So go ahead and stand it back up. Put the legs back in place. This does have fuel, and my pump does create pressure. Right here, there's lighting instruction, fuel instructions. So white gasoline or leaded gasoline. In today's terms, you're going to want to just use camp fuel. Camp fuel is going to be the best for this. To pump, turn pump handle to the left, 2 turns. Hold thumb over the vent hole and pump 25 to 30 strokes. Turn handle to the right to close, add air while stove is being generated. And then over here it goes on to tell you the first, clean the tip by revolving several times the wire lever located on valve, which is right here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Then leave in the down position. So we'll go ahead and turn both of them. Lever can be used to throttle the flame. Second, open valve a quarter turn and light. While flame burns blue, 3 to 5 minutes, open valve as far as possible. So there's two ways to light these stoves, in my opinion. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put pressure in here real quick. Okay. So I'm going to show you one way to light on this side. I'm going to show you another way to light on this side. So what we'll do here, okay, so I turned it and then immediately I started getting fuel sputtering all around the top here. So what you can do is you can open it, and as they say, light immediately. And you're going to get big flame. I've just got it a quarter turn open right now. And it's just burning on its own. It's not doing anything else. As it heats up, you're going to get a nice blue flame. You're going to open it up all the way. Check for leaks, obviously. You can use that lever. See, I want to throttle it down a little bit. And go back to that down position. And we got full flame. That's pretty cool. It's a purpose-built stove to boil water and boil water fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this side off. Just for a moment here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the fuel valve, and it is going to burn itself out. So right now there's still fuel in this tube above this valve, and what it's doing is it's burning that fuel out, and it's going to take a second to do that. So now there's just a small flame, residual, kind of just burning. You can turn that tip around. You're just kind of sputtering some extra fumes out, and then leave it in the up position. So now this one I'm going to light in the alternative manner. So if you don't want a giant flame, or as big of a flame, what you can do is you can open it, and you'll start to see some fuel come out. You can hear it. Let it build up a little bit. So there's a small pool of fuel. There's a little preheat cup here at the bottom. What that fuel is going to do, that residual fuel, it's going to bubble up out of there after you've closed the valve, and it's going to pool and it's going to sit there. So then what you do, with this valve closed, is light it. And you're just going to get a small little flame. Instead of the, 1.5-foot flame we had earlier. Right now we're not burning anything coming out of the tank. It's burning some fuel from down here and some fuel that's already up there. What that's doing is it's just heating up the fuel that you put into it. It's preheating that generator. So you've got a small controlled burn instead of big flame and let it ride. So once you kind of start to see it start to pitter out, open your flame a little bit. You're still going to get a big fireball initially, but should burn down quicker. So you'll get that blue flame a little bit quicker, generally. It depends on how long you let that preheat for. So now we've already got blue. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up all the way. Back a quarter turn. And light this bag up. Look at that. Right away. That lit up quick because it's already hot. Heat is the key to these stoves. If you don't have good heat, they're not going to burn well. Make sure you guys get a good look here. Get some water boiling on here, clearly. So I'm going to go ahead and turn them both off. Turn that valve to the closed position. And let them sputter out. You'll have a small flame in here. And it's just fumes coming out. If you want to get it turned off quicker, you can turn that wire lever to the up position, but I like to let all those fumes burn through just so I know it's kind of depressurized in a sense. If you want to depressurize your tank when you're all done, just turn it on its side and open that cap valve very slowly. You don't need this tank to be completely full of fuel. Realistically, about halfway is fine. You don't need it much fuller than that. So I'm going to let that burn out, turn this little wire valve, and keep in mind, these get really hot. Really, really hot. And these wire little arms, they're really hot. So be careful touching anything, and even the tank gets warm. This all gets really hot, even though it's burning up here. So if you want to boil some water real fast, it's not a bad way to go. But these are kind of hard to come by, and if they're in good shape, it's kind of more of a collector's. Mine had some chips and some marks on the paint. As it had been lit before, so for me, there's no shame in lighting it up. If it had never been used before, I probably would have been a little bit more reluctant to fire it up, but you know, can't have everything new. So we've preserved some history. It's in working condition, and it's just a cool talking piece, if anything. You know, if you have somewhere to display something like this, it's definitely cool to have in your house and know how it works and be able to explain it to somebody that doesn't know. So alright, well, if you have any questions, drop a comment before, like, subscribe, and as always, have a great day, and thanks for tuning in.